I hope we're live. I think we're live. Welcome.
Yeah,
hello,
we are.
everybody.
Hey.
Hi.
Olivia's like, yeah, we are. We're down here and we're live. Coming to you.
Live and direct, you know?
They are in
Right.
the building.
We've got the three graces, good vibes coming to you today on
I like that.
who knows what day, month, hour it is in this whole 2021, but we're doing positive. This is the positive episode. Good vibes is always about positivity. We've got our special guests, NATALIE Nurture and Olivia Holtman. What's called NATALIE, introduce yourself, please.
Yes, I will. Well, water. Well, they up on this bank holiday, and whatever day it be is a bank holiday. So the bank them have to rest, so we have to rest. So I just connect, goddess connect vibes. Yeah, good vibes. Oh.
I love it. And Olivia, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. What do I need to do? Introduce myself, Olivia.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. And I like the topic, positive vibes, good vibes, positive vibes. So let's do it.
I'm going to share all the links to these. These ladies are multifaceted. They've been welcome guests on Good Vibes before. I put all their details below, and at the end, they're going to talk about all the amazing projects that they have created, birthed, and are producing and connecting. So we'll talk about that at the end. So we're basically going to be doing topics, whatever comes to mind. We may refer to social media if we can find anything good, but basically, what's good, what's been uplifting, whether it's been in your life or other people's observation. I'll start with I am loved. I've got you guys in my life. NATALIE and I haven't met yet, but when all of this so-called new normal, which is the same normal to me, is done, we are going to have the biggest gathering, the biggest upliftment. Wake up the stiffs with music and dance. That's the positive thing that I am looking forward to when the rest of the people start being as considerate as we for the last year. That's my positive. What about you guys?
I like to follow on just by saying that I definitely second that the shoulders them start shimmy and shook up, right? I might have to do some chair dancing to begin with to get all the joints there ready, because I am dying to have like a good old fashioned sweat my hair out, wring out my clothes, rave, kick up and dance, just drink water because I don't want to get too dehydrated, kick up for dance with tunes, just nothing but tunes. Like every time I think of a tune that I love, I'm putting it in this playlist that I have for this dance, where you know the kind of dance where you just know you don't have to dress up, come in your flat, comfortable shoes, put a little towel around your neck because we're going to the gym and we're going to worship. Yes, so I'm right there with you. Right there.
I love it.
But I'll let Olivia come in and say a few bits. And actually, like today, this has been really it challenged me in a good way, and I'm really glad, and I feel good for it. And the sun's shining, and Shabbadanaya with the sunshine. Oi, welcome, my darling. All right, I'm gonna shut up now.
Oh.
That's good. It's welcome.
I love it. Nice. Well, I have to jump on the wagon or bandwagon or however the British say it. But the music, I'm on it. Aleakwe knows that anyway. The music and dancing all night long. It's so difficult sometimes to find people who want to do that, to be honest, even before this period of time. So for me, I'm on it. So let's make a deal when it's done, whatever that means. I'm already ready, to be honest. But whenever everyone else is done, let's do it. You know.
All right.
We hope so. So that is, I think that comes under wellness, dance, upliftment, definitely something to look forward to. I mean, not that, I think another positive and something motivational is us finding it within ourselves to look forward to something.
Yes,
you know. And I wanted to ask you guys,
Yeah.
how do you motivate yourself? How do you find that motivation on a daily?
Well, I have a lot of stuff that I do, to be honest. I mean, for one, as the sis was saying, the sun is one. I mean, I know the sun is always here, but for me, the sun is the best thing ever, like ever. It's like the sun is just it, that is done. And showing gratitude is a big thing for me. Always being grateful for whatever is happening in your life. Sometimes it can be quite difficult for some people to see the other side of the coin, but I always been like that in general. But now even more, just showing gratitude for every single little thing, every single day. That helps me. And just belief statements, positive belief statements. I do my little routine. I do my meditation. So self-care is a big thing for me, and definitely this period of time, even though we're going through whatever they want to call it, we're going through, but this definitely has helped me even more to go within myself and get more connected with the source energy, whatever other people want to call it, with myself, with my higher self, if you know what I mean, or whatever higher people believe in. So for me, this period of time, in another way, has been the best. To every day waking up, showing gratitude, doing my little routines that I do, and stay positive and think positive and feel it as well.
Natalie?
For me, because like I really loved that what you said, Olivia. I struggle quite with each day. Like I have to really just like literally as I realize I'm awake before I open my eyes, I say, all right, thank you for the day. Like just thank you, just I made it again. And that kind of gets me going. What else keeps me going? Actually, like being connected to yourself and like knowing that yeah, we're gonna link up and like discuss ideas and things like that. Like I said, the thoughts chase themselves constantly around in my head, and it's so good to have somebody who's very clear and succinct and expresses in a different way to myself. What we've got similarities. That's really like it's therapeutic. Like that's the word. And gosh, just on the not so good days, even getting to the end of those are really uplifting. Like, yo, it could have been tough, but I did it. You know what I mean? And then it
Yeah,
makes you appreciate it makes you appreciate the good days because like when I wake up and see grey, I'm like, but like today, because it tried to snow earlier, yeah, and then I was looking and I
yeah,
was
I
like,
know, crazy.
and I was like, no, but really, where you going though? Where are you going? It's April. But then I realized there's been quite a few in the last 5 years. There's been quite a few times where it snowed in April as well, and so I get that. But then to see the sun just triumph and come out in the afternoon and everybody's just glowing at it, happy. So that's good. And then I, I've got a little something tomorrow. So my niece asked me, what do I want? And instead of going, think of it, surprise me, and all that, I was very decisive and I said, oh, I want these plants because I love plants and I was like, I want these plants. And I was like, if anything, if depending on what your pocket's saying, you could either chip in with each other or get it. But by accident, yeah, she ordered two of the same thing, right?
Oh,
Which I was gonna order it to mirror her order, so there was more anyway. Because I like in certain areas in the yard to put plants in pairs, and so I just said to her, "I tell you what, princess, I'll send you back for the other half, which I was gonna get anyway." So just happy. And then the lady that delivered them was really lovely as well, beautiful little princess. And she just delivered it, and I was just like, "Oh, thank you." And she's happy Easter and happy bank holidays. I was like, "Oh, you're so cute. It's good, very good." So it's the little things. It's like really, that's what I mean to say the little things really, really,
yeah,
really add together. Them say one quarter full of basket. You know what I mean? One quarter,
yeah,
one
yeah,
quarter, and it's just like you know what? We're all right, you know. We're all right, and that feeling there, like no matter how much you're feeling in the moment, knowing that in the bigger picture, when you pull back and zoom out, we're all
exactly.
right,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
That
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
kind of
And
And that
and
connectivity. Sorry, go on, Olivia.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think that's the whole thing about being connected, as in like feeling the grounded self of you, and then whatever comes, like when you feel negative or positive, if you want to call it like that, or low or down, just know the bigger picture is you're grounded. You know, you're still solid somewhere, and you just go with the wave. Because I'm not saying I'm always that nothing happens to me, if you know what I mean. But when something happens to me that I don't like, I try to see the
Yeah,
bigger picture, because sometimes it's like overwhelming, you know. And then
yeah.
yeah, connected with that grounded inner stability.
So we've got cocoa and we've got grounded. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. This reminds me of chocolate, which
Ooh.
is after this kind of energy connection, because I don't tire. I was mash up.
Mm.
What's it called? But it's this kind of things like I feel totally calm and energized just from the energy, the good, the lady. We're all going through so much. We haven't got time to even detail what we're going through. And to answer my own question is literally the motivation comes with stuff like this. Because
Yeah.
beforehand, I've always thought,
Yeah.
how do content creators, how do people do weekly sessions? How do people do daily sessions? I've got a lot to say, but I don't always want to say everything. I haven't got the energy. But now
Yeah.
this is, as you said, Natalie, therapeutic,
Yeah.
because as much as we are tangible people that miss hugs, that will hug each other, but that will reunite once again, this as a technology and a social media is a positive. You know, I was saying to somebody else, it's that kind of, we haven't met, but we've connected for real. There is that community, we have each other, and I actually feel actual energized.
Yeah.
So this is good. Not quite the Energizer Bunny, but I feel energized and positive, and it's that reclamation of spirit. So there's whatever comes to mind, just speak on, because I was going to say, I'm just going to say it, no filter. Um, Despite what we know, the weight of the world, we know what's going on in the world. A lot of us know many issues are not new, but it's new to some people. But believe me, focusing on self, focusing on loved ones, the ones that check for you, the ones we check for, is a build of that spirit. It's not selfish, but it's for survival. But then I was thinking, yeah, this is great. I feel positive, where I know we're lifting people on this platform and the work that you guys do, the passions and the work. And then I was thinking, is denial good? Because there's a certain race commission's report, race commission equity report that came out that apparently is in full denial. Full denial, or maybe some of the sun got to their head heart very hard. And we're not going to deep it now, that's for another time. But all I'm saying is that, yeah, there's denial and there's denial. Now we've got selective denial going on. I'm a realist, as you know. There's small dose of denial. For example, small dose of denial is pressing the snooze button and denying that you can think and you can snooze. Denial is,
Orgasm.
yeah, denial is thinking you can nap with small children and ankle biters, flatmates. These are small denials. Denials of systematic brutality, hate crimes to all so-called minorities. Let me stop and keep the positives going, because if you've got nothing good to say, I'm not going to say anything good about these everlasting bastards who I don't know what they've got on you. I don't know what they've got on you, what they promised you, but Almighty forbid, you'll be on the, if they wanted to deport us, you will be there too. Okay, so wake up to yours and our reality. You better change the subject, ladies, because I want to stay positive.
You know what? I think it really is positive because you know what? Actually, the sun has shine and it bring out there's that that's the life force right there going, you know what? It's like the Emperor's New Clothes, you know, the little kid, but Mom, I can see his bum. Shh, don't say that. So we're just, that's the child energy, that's the child spirit that is just eternally honest, yeah. Mom, we can see their bottom, their nature is showing, their bottom is showing. Pull down your petticoat, yeah. Like that's what I feel like saying to them. So it's good. Let it out. It's supposed to come out. It's like it's better out than in.
Yeah.
I might call this episode that's another episode. If we ever talk about this topic, it will be what Jay says. My husband says, "Kaka farts."
Yeah,
I want those thoughts. A kaka farts. That's just like, yeah, sums it up. You know, but positives. Have you seen anything that has been like, there's still good people, there's still good things?
Yeah, there was something because I meant as soon as it suggested the topic, you know, I've been bookmarking things. I went my phone there. Voila.
Go for it.
I did. One of the things that I'm seeing is people starting to really kind of galvanize around kind of being kind to each other and being supportive to each other. Seeing a lot of guys from different walks of life and belonging to different groups, but just turning around and saying, you know what, actually, you know, we can do better and we're seeing what you're saying. To me, that's been really positive. Like they've been stepping into their empathy some more. And, you know, just that taking those really tentative steps to kind of say, you know what, I'm going to peek my head above the parapet and say, you know what, I'm kind of going to go against bro code and just tell the truth. And actually seeing them being rewarded for that in a positive way. Yeah, you're going to get the naysayers and, you know, the kids that say, no, what to the biscuit? No, like, I'll get it. But it's been really beautiful seeing that and just feeling that. I want to celebrate that sisterhood and just seeing a lot of women in business and in different forms of business, from like marketing to tech, creative, but you know, like in so many different walks of life, just being so inspiring. Like, oh my God, I want to be like you and 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 you when I grow up, and I'm learning. And this is just from just observing. Like, it's, yeah, that's very, like, I'm trying to, I can't even pinpoint one thing at all, but just on the whole, I've seen like everybody go, you know what, we're all collectively being aware of this collective thing that we're feeling, and then saying, you know something, no, so we're not have it, we're not take it lying down. Hear what? Yeah, you see, this is the. Do I go off? Do I go off? You know what? Let me wipe my neck a little bit and let me know what you're saying, sis.
You're on the roll, sis. Oh,
No,
funny.
what's good? Do it. What's it called? What do you want to do? Fast forward or go off? What are you feeling?
Well, you know what it is okay. I'm doing my awkward black girl thing where I'm going, okay, you've been talking for a while. It feels like you've been talking for a long time. Like, are you hugging the conversation? That do you need to give room for somebody else to talk? That's what's happening inside my head in the background operating system.
You're fine. You're fine. So while you decide, just one thing that you did say about the tech aspect and STEM. I think it's science, technology, education, and maths.
Maths, yeah.
I'm always interested in a reclamation of women and girls, particularly in those sectors and fields. You know, what should be the norm is that it's not surprising that they're the first this. There's a first Asian American, there's a First Nation person to do this. There's a first African Caribbean person to do this. There's a first Portuguese person to do that. There's a first woman to do this. The root of the lunar system from ancient times was based on a lunar cycle. Women, agriculture, This is not new. We understand. Ask each other, ask your elders, okay? Ask for the libraries that were burnt down to be resurrected and digitized. It's all there. And if you can't find it, do you know where it is? Within you. Within you. So there was one Instagram post that I loved about accessibility. I think it's the female lead on Instagram. And now it was about basically, you know, when it comes up and they have these I'm really crap on the socials and this stuff managing, and it comes up with, guess what? I didn't have these degree. I didn't pass these exams. I failed twice, but I'm a pharmaceutical. I'm an aero engineer. I designed this spaceship. You know, it has the captions, and then they jump into their lab coats and their inventors coats. And I was like, yes. And again. It's, you know, it's beautiful to see. And also, you know, boys and men who can reclaim robotic parts and be up there with Elon Musk or Tesla and all this kind of stuff. You know, you're a threat because you're great. So to go on from the tech you were talking about is beautiful.
It's lovely. And the algorithm, we are the algorithm. When you check it out, like when you said about the monthly cycle, when you say about 9 months gestation, we are the algorithm. We're the algorithm. And just to the point of where you can have people in places where there's nothing there to our standards, and they're just leading, they're just innovative, like with the tech and that. Go on, clear. And every time it comes back and then it flies out my head, but when I come back to it, I'm going to shut up now.
Okay, Olivia, while it will come back. Natalie's thinking on that. Olivia, anything to add for any topics that you talked about, or any projects that you're working on or launching in terms of positivity and inspirational?
Working on, well, as you know, I'm organizing a Black Women's Retreat together with Michelle, Venus, and Marisa. And it's linked to what I was saying before, really and truly. It's about women and self-care, you know, because women are like, you know, organizers, they nurture, they run the house. We do loads of different things for other people, you know, and we forget about ourselves sometimes. Like sometimes women are like in their 50s, 60s, and then like, oh, what happened? Because they've been doing so much stuff for other people. So it's really to create space for women to let go, to do some comedic yoga, to do some breathing, to do some motivational talks, having a space to wait to exhale space as well. So we just talk about basically what we're doing right now, sort of kind of thing. So a therapeutic space where we can just let go, you know. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I'm not really, it's online because of the situation that we are in right now, because the real plan was to do a retreat, a spa retreat outside of London, but because of the situation, we're just trying out to do it online, do some self-massage exercises and things like that, facials, you know. But hopefully next year, when things are better in place, we will basically have an event on a spa retreat outside of London if we can. But it's on the 8th of May, and it's from 11 till 5. And yeah, basically that's it. And I'm working on another program, which is a confidence building program for professionals, sort of aimed at women. I mean, it's not specifically aimed, it's aimed at women. Let's say, like, my avatar is a woman, let's say it like that, but it doesn't mean that men won't be attracted by it. But it's basically a program that I'm basically in the middle of putting together right now to build self-confidence, to get your dream career, literally. Because women are on the rise. That's for sure. I mean, we've always been there, as you both already mentioned, but I really noticed in the last year that women are just popping up all over the place. I should say first this, first that, even though we were not really the first, but that's how they obviously say it. That, you know, it's very inspiring to see so many women popping up and doing that thing and just rising back again to the scene, you know?
Reassertion. That's great. I'll put all the details below as well. So some random things. I'm gonna go on social media, and if anyone has any comments, I don't normally like doing this because we usually just come up with whatever, and then the trend catches up with us. Obviously, everything is cyclical, but let's have a look. Let's see what's trending. We can guess, and even though social media, as you say, algorithms are meant to be worldwide seems to be the NATO countries. The ones Europe, Western allies, and the ones with the lords of war. Okay, let's have a look. Trending in England, which is where we are. Welcome to wherever you guys are watching around the world or listening. Comment below with where you are and any positive news in your area. But in the UK at the moment, it has COVID-19, of course. So do you have anything to say, positive to say about Boris Johnson?
Okay, sorry.
You know what?
I do not, but do you guys? Positive only.
Baby Daddy Johnson, at least like he was shelling out the cash, even though it was other people's cash. At least he was sharing his baby mother with the thing. Silver lining.
So it's not lining his pockets and others' pockets. He's redistributing wealth that's not his, but on behalf of people. It's redistribution of wealth. Yeah, you can say, you can take it as you want to. Next one on here, what's it called? Cat Dealey. Who's Cat Dealey? We're gonna go outside our comfort zones that I usually know. Right, right.
I think she's a presenter, a TV presenter, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about her. She's a TV presenter,
Okay.
I think.
We're doing randoms here. Yes, you're right. She's I'm just remembering actually. Smiley, happy Smiley. So I'm gonna all I'm doing is spontaneous, click on trending and go to the first or two tweets. So this says Lucy Douglas Louise 4 hours ago. Whoa, everyone hating on Cat Dealey for wait, what? Being too nice and happy. What the F is up with people? Be kind. Lasted well, didn't it? Looking at some of the women slating CD, they mourned the loss of Caroline Flack whilst watching her documentary only days ago. Okay, so I don't know what's happened with Cat Dealey. I'm trying to find the actual source of what's happening, but yeah, apparently people aren't.
Nice people.
Yeah. So yeah, your thoughts on that? People being nice and fickle is what I'm taking from that tweet.
Yeah, because people tend to be kind to who they like, any. But it's like it's either for me. Let's put to bed for this quarter being only kind or advocating for kindness only for the people we like. Then, if that's the case, you know what I mean? Yes, like, she seems to be unproblematic, but I don't really know that much about. I just remember I think we've been with Anton Deck or something. Like she used to present something with Anton Deck.
Yes.
That's all I know.
She was nice, and someone is literally. I think these are most of the tweets so far I'm seeing is literally they just don't like that she's too nice. What is it you don't trust about nice people? Consistently nice and kind people. That's weird.
But
it's because sometimes.
Yeah, I think that because of society that we live in. I mean, every time we switch on the telly, there's quite a lot of negative stuff and mean people that we see continuously. So people probably have this sort of question behind, like, is she really nice or is she just pretending? I think we live in a society nowadays, people just don't trust people. So you can't be nice or you can't be too nice. So I think it's something to do with that because, we only see negative things in the media continuously. You only hear about people who who are mean. So for someone to be nice or overly nice, it's like maybe almost like people have their back up. I don't know.
It's so twisted, isn't it? Obviously, there's wicked people, and Natalie was saying on her platform, Natalie by Nature, it was what we're talking about. There's a lot of actors and stuff. So for the default media conditioning, societal conditioning, for people to be more comfortable with pretend nice and distrust genuine nice, I have no more words.
Or is it that we've just been so abused? Because it's like even people like Sharon Osbourne, who we thought was kind of all right. She was kind of like an auntie vibe, and then she just turned around and went, "Ah!" So it's like all these people that initially would have jumped up and gone, yeah, 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 yeah. And it's like, you really can't.
Sharon
Well,
Osbourne is not my auntie.
no,
Has never been my auntie,
she's
but
not
I'm
mine.
joking. But tell people who don't know after you land about her, what's happened.
Yeah, like you know, even what's her name? Short blonde hair man, Ellen. Like, you know, Ellen, the original be kind, hashtag be kind person. And then for here from this show, it's like, yo, make sure that your mouth is not smelling, fam. So it's like
Yeah.
so, with Sharon Osbourne, okay, she she recently walked out of her position. Okay, we need to rewind to come forward. Piers Morgan ended up quitting his show for being called out on his bullying behaviour towards Meghan Markle. And then the person that called him out actually get him job, which I think is just so chef's kiss like Salt Bay. And then during the time, Sharon Osbourne just jumped out the window out of nowhere, like, Piers Morgan, I support you, like the Wicked Witch of the North kind of vibe. And I was like, oh, okay. Show me what you're working with kind of vibe. So then, not only that, so that was one thing, like, okay, you support who you support, and that's your bridging loyalty and that, cool. But then a show that she was co-hosting with another, what's the lady's name now? I can't remember. But another female, a black female, she was hosting with, and they was discussing the actual issue. And Sharon Osbourne did the quintessential passive-aggressive Karening towards this black woman while being a white woman, asking about why it was that it was inappropriate the way that Piers Morgan reacted in a racially charged conversation. And before the woman had a chance to respond, she's like, oh, don't cry, I should be crying, this and that. And it was just like, well. So
she's standard behavior of people who
and the
pretend.
woman wasn't crying. She was like, you could see her. Well, this is what I saw. I can't say it for anybody else, but this is what I saw. I saw the woman trying to respond to a very emotive subject in a way that, one, she doesn't feel as if she's allowed to express herself in the way that she's being triggered because she's going to be judged for it. So she's having to do that first. So everything she's having to run through a filter, first of all. Secondly, she's speaking to somebody that she thought was a friend who was then just turned around and being like really passive aggressive. And then thirdly, it's like, okay, this situation might be upsetting, but she's basically being told, your tears are not valid. I should be kind of explain to me, educate. No, she's been shouted at to educate somebody who doesn't want to be educated because they already believe that they're right. And that was a really horrible position to be in. And she handled it with so much grace and class. Me personally, because this is what I don't have, that kind of polish and poise, and I don't have that media training. And there would have been an explanation. There would have definitely been an explanation, Shazza. Like, but basically, the end result of that is that Sharon Osbourne ended up walking out of her role in the same way that Piers Morgan did. But apparently, she's got some golden handshake where she got like a decent amount of guap, even though so she basically been paid to leave. It's like, oh, we don't really want the energy that you're coming with, but we also want to remunerate you for the time that you would have been on there and now you're not. So it's
Okay,
like that.
Sorry,
There's a
just for people to
nonexistent
know,
word.
it's the talk. So Sharon Osbourne was on the talk in America, CBS network, and the co-host that you're talking about is Cheryl Underwood.
That's it. She
According
was
to sources, the source is the Sun. Yeah, I'm moving on from that. Staying positive. Let me not talk about that tabloid, but it's the first thing to come up. So just to look up on that.
Yeah.
So what's the positive of that then? This kind of, because for me, I like to deal with facts, but coming from a former broadcasting background, and most agreements with talent and networks is, whatever contract, they'll always have all of this very wordy, obscure Latin contractual language. At the end of it, they will say, whatever happens, for perpetuity, for the rest of forever, in whatever galaxy, we're not liable. So they will, for the talent that go in, earn whatever six-figure or more sum, even if they were hired to sensationalize, and it is set up, those talk show formats, entertainment studio formats are a pantomime, like any The Voice, Big Idol, about good versus bad, boo, hiss, the good versus the supportive. It's all, most of it's scripted and jugular. But to say that she will always, talent like her, even if they had a job ahead, or if it wasn't foreseen, they will land fine, and whatever comes with that. So for me, the positive is that she represented her type of people well, and it can be seen by millions of people. That's the positive I'm taking from that, So what's it called? Kat Deely, please keep on being the genuine soul that you are. Okay. What's it called? I'm looking now at the next trending topic. Jenna, Jenna. Who is this person? Jenna, it looks like it's football related. I know nothing of football at all. I don't know what this person is. Or Jenna Ellis, apparently. Law attorney. Oh, Christianity. Oh, yeah. I've got nothing to add to this topic at all.
No, the only kind of footballer in modern times I know about is Rashford, and salute that little youth there, man. Like, I respect that general there, like, for the news that he made. So that's a positive, I guess.
Oh, and there's someone called Jenna Ellis. Oh, okay, this is something else. Jenna Ellis is a constitutional law attorney, Just the Truth, on Real AM Voice, and a legal counsel. But apparently this is now, her tweet says, the trending tweet is, this is a false gospel and heresy. We are in Easter, post-Easter, for those who are watching at a later date. We cannot save ourselves. The absolute truth and only meaning of Easter that matters is the literal physical resurrection of Jesus Christ, and we must accept him as Lord and Savior. Read Romans, Reverend Warnock. You are a false teacher. And yeah, there's loads of comments underneath. African Americans going against that. Oh, there's a lot of swearing. Okay, yeah, okay, all right. It's American. It always gets, my blood pressure always goes up. It's just always my settings are on worldwide, yet it defaults to always, we're walking the social media streets of America, mostly every time. But anyway, positives about the resurrection of Jesus.
Well, my mum, she brought some dark chocolate with raspberry in it, and she said she really liked it, and that was her trying something new. So that's positive.
Yeah, this is positive.
Yeah, that's all I've got to say about it. Dark chocolate is mood enhancing.
I want some of that. I like the debates that always start on social media, and I do hope it actually debates and topics are offline as well with people, because it's like a an actual social bubble online. But the thing is, there's one tweet I saw earlier on, and it's the perennial debate about whether you believe biblical beings and Jesus exists or not. It's up to you, but that he wasn't Caucasian, someone who has a very big following online, normally sharing positive stuff, rarely political, but he says, I hate to break it to you, but Jesus wasn't white. And I was like, is that the same as his account being hacked? I was like, and he's forgive me, I think it's standard ground, something like that. Usually positive tweets and stuff. Forgive me if I'm mistaking your ethnicity and heritage. He may be of Arabic, Persian origin, or South Asian. I'm not sure. Comment below, and I'll look it up later and let you know. But for debate, when things are up for discussion, it's always welcome. But it's rare that we have positive platforms and like ours and connections that actually let each other land and actively listen without confirmation bias and prejudice lens and just waiting to attack. So I looked at that, I was like, I haven't slept enough for this shit. Let me just come out, and hope. Because when it's like this, it's like, there you go. There's a funny video that I shared about a young girl who was just questioning, but why do we get all this chocolate? Why all this chocolate at Easter? Easter and what's it called? And Halloween and Christmas. I mean, did Jesus like chocolate? I mean, did bunnies lay chocolate eggs? What is this? What is this? That was the laughter. Thank you.
That's just basically like just monetizing the thing, innit? Because it's like they can't turn around and say like, okay, we're gonna monetize God, or we're gonna monetize is it Saturnalia, which is what Halloween I think was originally based on, or whatnot, or Valentine's Day or whatnot. So it's like, how can you monetize it? It's like even down to getting married. Like it's the thing of, okay, marriage. Okay, there was a distinct marketing point where they said use diamonds, like as the typical standard engagement ring. It's about finances. So chocolate's like, it's safe because everybody can eat chocolate unless, like, I don't know, you're diabetic or there's like some kind of dietary thing. Even people that are not supposed to be eating chocolate will eat chocolate. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the easiest one, candy, sweets, because basically sugar's the biggest drug, isn't it? Talk about shotting, fam. Like, you can legally shot sugar.
Yeah.
It's like,
you can get high every day.
It's
say
true.
that. So yeah,
it's true. I know I know there's not many safe spaces. I don't normally believe it, but I'd like to admit that I am a chocolate addict and I am seeking help. My husband has been through it for a decade now, and he's even hidden all of my chocolate stash. I'm trying my best.
Not the lip tremble, sis. But think about it.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, well,
by the highest power and the power of Grayskull. To fight it, I will try.
The thing is, look at all that chocolate goodness there. It needs to be reflected somehow. Okay, so there is an actual psychological thing around sweet and salt. Basically, your need for chocolate means that you're a boss and you have a lot of responsibility. Because chocolate sweets is a desire to go to the child space. And then salt is a desire to go to the authoritative space. So that need for chocolate is like, you know what? You're managing and doing a lot. You're project managing bare different things. So it's like, you know what? Where you're in your boss space, your command space. So it's a subconscious thing of, you know what, I want little bit sweetness now. That's what that is. So I would say to you, have good quality chocolate, have nice chocolate, and instead of you look well health wise and everything, so there shouldn't be an issue with it. You're obviously knowing how to balance that thing. So I would say have the chocolate that you want, make sure it's good quality, and enjoy every morsel that you have. Like, please don't eat your chocolate with guilt. Because that's just, you're not going to absorb what you wanted from it, and you're going to make yourself have it. Being somebody that has a food thing, like that's that. Because I was admiring when you put your arm up, like it's like, oh my god, it's like a beautiful piece of sculpted chocolate. Like I was just like, go off, sis. Like, go off. There you go. See chocolate there. You get me? So enjoy it. Every piece of it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
That's so wise. You're too funny. I love it.
For me, it's just before and just after Auntie comes. Listen, I need my chocolate, and you better give me my chocolate, because actually, like, but I'm looking into, yeah. And every time I have it, zero F, zero guilt. Like, listen, you shouldn't be having that. I know, but it's so good.
It's true. This is how it should be. This is how it should be. And what's good? I like that. Thank you for what's it called, for that. Now let's have a look.
Encouraging you to continue to eat chocolate.
Yes.
Yes. If your body are called for it, eat it.
Why the hell not?
Yeah.
So there is on here, I'm going to the last of the trending topics, unless you guys have got anything on there. This is like what you may not know about Regé-Jean Page's exit from Bridgerton. Did any of you watch Bridgerton?
I did. Which one's he? Is he the main character?
He is Lord Bridgerton. No, is he Bridgerton? I can't remember his character now. Hold on a second. Is he the main guy?
What's his name? I remember the name.
Regé-Jean.
What's his name?
Regé-Jean.
Yeah, he's the main character.
He's the main character, but I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
So I'm gonna read that. Fans of the steamy Netflix series Bridgerton were disappointed to hear that Regé-Jean Page will not be returning for a second season. There's more to know about his exit. Is there really? Is it confirmed? But let's have a look anyway. They were shocked by it because, let's have a look. According to Los Angeles Times, I'm going to scroll, people, because they always leave it to the last bit. Tell you so you can read and see their advertisements. Blah 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 blah. Why? And
then feeding people sweet tooth, telling you to have a bloody cookie every time you log on to a site.
Exactly. That's very right.
It's so annoying, right? I'm
still scrolling, and there's no answer yet. Yeah, hold on. Yep. Standard. Here we go. Why did they?
What is the question again? Because I think I didn't hear that.
What do we think of him leaving the show? Like,
there's one thing I want to say. Something. It's not always about the headline. Actually, it's not that major. It's probably other reasons. Different offers, conflict of interest, usually no increase in stuff. One positive thing, I did watch Bridgerton, and what I loved about it, spoiler alert for Bridgerton, is that the most unexpected person, usually the woman or the girl that is dismissed, that is not the standard of beauty, was actually the like social puppetry of society in this period drama. And it's done by Shonda Rhimes, and they did this period piece, which was actually interesting. If you're interested in like a Vanity Fair and social movements and the politics and things like that. So they actually showed the ending, and it was brilliant, because you get so distracted in the foreground and the visuals, and it was just like, that makes a lot of sense. So check it out. That was a positive thing from Bridgerton, that, you know, while you're there just focusing on the two main people they push to the front of you, the ideal of what is real man and a real woman, they showed what can happen. For example, you know, the realities of pregnancy, people being torn apart by class and race, but also mainly, you know, look beyond the surface. Your soulmate is beyond all of that, those layers. That was a positive thing about Bridgerton. Wasn't going to watch it for ages. Then it was in your face. And then I watched it. It was cool. That was a positive thing. You guys can have any feedback. I'm going to try and still scroll down and find out why this man's left, if they answer it at all.
But what do you mean? I don't understand what you mean with left. I thought that the Bridgerton was finished.
No, there was
forgive me.
there's another series. I think there's another series in the works, isn't it? And but basically, like, see, my mind's gone off on a tangent. Like, why would one of the main characters and the main story in the main storyline, why would they let that person go?
Here we go.
Okay.
Similar to the Julia Quinn novels, of which Bridgerton is based, each of which focuses on a different Bridgerton sibling and their romantic foibles. Netflix already indicated that season 2 would follow Daphne's brother, Lord Anthony Jonathan Bailey, and his quest to find a Viscountess.
Is he the one that was Oh, I better not do no spoilers.
Well, there's spoilers already, so go for it.
No, is he the one that did there with the little actress girl, or the girl that had the shop with the dresses?
Yes, it was. So check it out, people. So we're going to wrap up with the main thing of this. Each of you ladies, Olivia first, just to share anything positive that you are working on, people can connect with. Go for it.
I've already said the Black Women's Retreat on the 8th of May.
And this is Black Sisters Connect. I'll put the details underneath.
Black Women's Retreat at home. Yeah.
Black Women's Retreat on home. Sorry.
Yeah.
Natalie?
And
I am currently working on bringing back the Set Good Sunday, doing my tarot readings on the weekend for the coming week ahead. Just in terms of bit of direction, especially for people like myself that feel a bit blowing in the breeze. And also like putting together my workshops to put online and stuff as well. So that's coming. When it's time for me to promote it, I will come. Like, yeah, I'm going to shut up now.
No, that's fine. And something positive as well is that connecting with Olivia for years offline, and then connecting recently with Natalie online from Twitter, and then finding out after we had the interview about you've got a wealth of content already. Positive thing is that you've come back, you're solid, you've got things to share, and people really engage and need you. So you talking out, forget people's attention span. When it's good wisdom and it's positive and it's helping, it's all worth it. So what's it called? Thank you both of you so much for your time on this impromptu and spontaneous time. Peace to everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
Sunday.
Really lovely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Can we roll out? Do our May the rest of your year, whatever comes, till we meet again and dancing.
It's in the tech curses. Good, really good to meet you, Olivia.
Bye-bye.